What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So this one is actually a fun one. We're doing a haul video today. So this is specifically bookish related merchandise that I recently purchased that finally arrived in the mail. It's reading time here at JB's Corner. Just as a heads up, the books that were ordered in this video were purchased almost 8 months ago. And then the pajamas that were ordered in the beginning of June, end of May timeframe, and just now finally arrived. And then the scents are actually Etsy scents by a company called Wonderwick. I will link all of these products down below in case you're interested, except for the books because I don't think they're available anymore, but I will document where I got the books from. For those of you that are new here, welcome! My name is Jaya. I put out videos every Wednesday and Sunday, usually on bookish related content or bookish adjacent content with a little bit of randomness here and there. For those of you that are returning, thank you so much for being here. Welcome back to the channel. I know that the past few months have been a little bit more higher end on the random than on the books, and I do apologize for that, but the primary reason is because it has been a busy season of travel as well as a lot of fun purchases and things that have been happening because of birthday season for both myself and my husband. But I promise we'll be back to regular programming very soon. I also do want to mention that the books in particular that I was talking about that will not be linked are the special edition copies, not the rest of the books in this video. The rest of these books are all available, and I did get them in my case through Amazon because I ended up ordering a set. But many of these books should be available at your local bookstores as well and through other sources if you're interested in the manga that I talk about. And then the other book that I'll be talking about is now available in all stores that do supply books. That being said, let's jump into the PJs first because I'm just so excited about them. Now, this particular set is actually going to be a gift, so I'm not going to completely unbox it, but I'm going to show you guys little bits and pieces. So this is actually a PJ set that was inspired by ACOTAR, and for those who don't know, that is A Court of Thorns and Roses, which is one of my favorite romantasy series. So we have here Rhysand's wings, we have the bow and arrow, we have the painting kit, we have the spell book, and of course the mysterious cauldron, as well as some roses and some drinks, which I just thought was too cute. And this is a 2-prong set. It comes with the pajama top as well as the matching bottoms. And this is actually something I bought as a gift for my best friend, who I was hoping to give it to her when I went to visit her in Virginia. That did not happen, so this will be saved for a Christmas present or a birthday gift because her birthday / holiday season shows up in December. But it is just too cute and I had to share these. The next set that I actually ended up getting was another ACOTAR set PJs. This is my set that I was super excited about. So on the shirt we have the 3 sets of wings, representing, of course, Asriel, Cassian, and Rhysand, as we all know and love. And then this is just a basic tee. It's very, very comfortable. It's very cottony material, which I really like. But the pants are the best part. It actually has all the different books on the pajamas. So you actually have, you know, a Court of Frost and Starlight here. You have a Court of Silver Flames. We have a Court of Mist and Fury. We have a Court of Wings and Ruin. And then let me see if I can find the book that started it all. Do they have that on here? Huh, interesting, guys. I don't see a Court of Thorns and Roses, which I think is really fascinating considering that is the book that started it all. But I love the fact that it has the little books printed on it, and then it also has in here little quotes as well. So it says, "Don't feel bad for one moment about doing what brings you joy," which I just thought is so sweet and definitely one of the kinder moments between Rhysand and Farah, which I absolutely loved. And I believe the book that is open maybe might be referring to a Court of Thorns and Roses, but I am absolutely obsessed with these pajamas. I did wear them last night. I will insert a photo here as well. Just for reference, that photo, I am 5'9" roughly, and I would say that the length hit me beautifully. This is made and designed overseas, so it is a little bit on the smaller end, just so you know. So I did end up getting a XXL for myself in terms of the sizing, just so that I got the height in the pants. I also ended up shopping from a small Etsy company called Wonder Wick, and I just think that this is so cool. They do scents based on books. So for those who don't know, I'm obsessed with the Sarah J. Maas series, like all of her books. I love every single one of them. I love Crescent City. I also really enjoyed the ACOTAR series, and then I also loved Throne of Glass. In my humble opinion of all three series, I actually am now saying Throne of Glass is the best one, but it's also 8 books, so you really invest into those characters. ACOTAR is probably my second favorite, and then third favorite would be Crescent City, but I think it's just because Bryce as a character is a little bit more flawed than some of the other female characters in the other 2 series. So because of that, I think that's maybe why I struggle a little bit with those characters. But what Wonder Wick does, and another thing to note about Sarah J. Maas actually before I get into this, is that she actually does a lot of descriptions of her characters in terms of physique, in terms of appearance, in terms of smells as well. So Wonder Wick took it upon themselves to take the scents that are described in Sarah J. Maas's books and turn them into candles and perfumes. They're also now running a line of colognes, and they actually sent this beautiful scent card as an added bonus so that you can smell what Lorcan is supposed to smell like. And I just thought that was so cool. So this one is dry gin and cypress, and that is supposed to be the representation of Lorcan's character, which I'm not gonna lie is actually quite delicious. I love the smell of this. And then they also sent a little bookmark that has to do with the book series as well. So it says, "You do not yield." And this is actually related to the Throne of Glass series, which is where my perfume samples came from. So I love this little bookmark. And then they also send you a little thank you card, and it says, "Every fragrance we create is a bookmark in your story, a scent that brings you back to the characters and moments you never wanted to leave, because some worlds are too magical to forget. Use code ENDLESSTBR for 10% off your next purchase on our website below," which I will be sharing with my friends and family, and you are welcome to try it as well. But I'm so excited to play with all of these different scents. But coming back to the characters in these various series, the female characters are very empowered and very beautiful. But because of the fact that Sarah J. Maas believes in a concept of mates, and all of our characters end up finding their mates throughout the course of the book, during the mate component, there's also very distinct scents and pheromones that are being described as the characters fall in love and come across each other and meet each other, and that's where these scents are coming from. So I ended up getting 2 of my favorite female characters as scents. One is Lysandra. I think Lysandra is a character that doesn't get enough hype. She actually starts off as a villain and ends up becoming one of the most important characters in the series, and I absolutely love her and all the things that she does and all the things that she has gone through and survived. So the scents come in these beautiful packaged black silk drawstring bags, and then it also is covered in bubble wrap, and it comes in the box with everything protected, which is lovely. But this is Lysandra's, which is white tea and bergamot. And then I also ended up getting the Manon scent as well. I do love Aelin, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love her. I also absolutely love wow, how do you blank on a character's name that you love so much? But I love our little thief, if you will. I love Sam. There's so many other characters that I love, but I think Manon and Lysandra to me were the most complex characters. So this scent for Manon is plum and light musk, and then the scent for Lysandra is white tea and bergamot. So let's see what these smell like. The packaging on these is also beautiful. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, that's beautiful. This is lovely. This is very refreshing. It smells like a lovely spiced flavor. You can really get that white tea in there for sure. And I would say the white tea is probably heavier than the bergamot for me, but absolutely stunning. Beautiful, beautiful scent. And I just absolutely adore this. The next scent is the plum and the light musk. This is for Manon. This is delicious too. This is a little bit warmer. I think this would be great for fall, wintertime scents. Anything that's going to be a little bit more heavy or occasions that require something more heavy, I think this Manon scent would be great. but this is absolutely stunning. So I just had to share this cool company with you guys because I just thought it was perfect for the reader and me. And if you're as obsessed with the ACOTAR series, I thought maybe you guys would be interested as well. Just so you know, they are coming out with the male scents, which is the cologne. So that's why they had the Lorcan scent sent over. They also have one for Rhysand, Cassian, Azriel, I believe, as well. They have a bunch of them for the ACOTAR characters as well as for the Throne of Glass series. I have not seen anything for Crescent City yet. But if you are interested in checking them out, definitely go take a peek. They also sell little mini rollers, which are about $22 a piece. The larger perfumes, these are 50 milliliter sizes. So I think that translates to 1.7 ounces, but these run about 60. And then the candles, many of them tend to be sold out, but I do think they're restocking them. So if the candles are coming back out, I believe they were set at around $38. But this is a small independent store, and I came across it in Instagram and Etsy, and I just had to check them out. And I can honestly say I'm very, very happy with the scents that I received. So another thing that finally arrived in the mail today is A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. This is the second book in the Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches series. This original book, the first book, was released quite a few years ago, and I know there's been some delays with getting this one published and out, but I'm so excited that it's finally been out and we can finally get our hands on it, and I'm so excited to read this book. The first book in this series was very warm. It was very lighthearted. It's just cheerful. It makes you happy inside and out, and I absolutely adore that about that book. And I was so excited to get the sequel. So I'm very excited to finally have this book in my collection, and I shall be reading it in October. The other thing that also arrived in the mail was the rest of the Inuyasha manga series. So I now have all 18 books in the Vizbig collection, and so I will be sitting down and reading those sometime soon. My goal is to actually do a dedicated month to just graphic novels and graphic book readings, so illustrated books basically. I may or may not incorporate the Harry Potter books 1 through 5 that I have in the illustrated series during this period of time. I do try to reread all of the Harry Potters once a year, so I would potentially be doing that, but I specifically want to read all of the Lore Olympus, all of the Inuyasha, and then if I have time, also get through all of the ElfQuest series, which is something I used to really enjoy as a child, and I haven't really had time to delve back into the world of comics and manga and things like that. So I'm very, very excited to be able to do that. And that is the bookish portion of this haul. I also have 2 other books that I'll be showing you guys as well. The next thing I wanted to share is the Everseas duology series that came from the company, the Bookish box. This is one of my favorite sources to get a lot of the special edition copies that I enjoy and like reading. So this one is actually the complete duology. It says on the back, a tale of a serpent who befriended a songbird. And it's very, very, very beautiful with all of the gold filigree, as well as with the lovely characters painted onto the back of the box. Then on the front, we have the actual title, The Everseas, and then we have the author, L.J. Andrews here. And then on the side of the box, you also have more details about the series, as well as the 2 books that are included. And then for the actual novels themselves, they are also quite gorgeous. So we have the Ever King, and this is the beautiful, beautiful, stunning color. Just look at that gold and purple, guys. I'm absolutely obsessed. And then on the back, it actually has a quote. It says, "Such a beautiful little bird. What a pity it was that her serpent had come to ruin her." So that is the back, and we have the beautiful throne. You can actually see the blood dripping off the bottom of the throne as well, along with the skull, which I just thought was so cool. And then here is the beautiful depiction of the seas, as well as the ship in the water, and then you have the serpent coming up from above. And then the actual front spine is also in gold. And then as far as the interior goes, this is the picture on the front book plate. And then on the back side, we have this lovely photo here. And then also as a bonus, you get more photography, or more, not photography, but pictures inside of the book. And the funnest part about this is also that it has been hand signed by the author as well, which is just so, so cool. So very excited about this first book. And then we have The Ever Queen, which is the second book in the series. Here we have the beautiful depiction of the songbird, which is absolutely gorgeous. And I love the red and the purple play. You get to see the two ships as well as they're battling each other. Here is the back of this book. Again, on this one, you actually see more bleeding and you see the little animal at the bottom, which is different than the skulls on the bottom of this one. And then on this one, it says, rise up and be their villain, which is just so much fun. Then we have the actual spine as well. And then here are our painted edges on this book, which is absolutely stunning. And then when you put the two books together, you also have the complete ship depiction as well as the beautiful serpent coming through. And then we have the bird on the bottom of the second book. And then the seas actually continue as well. I do feel like they did a pretty decent job of making sure that this is all aligned so that when you display them on your shelf, they look quite lovely. But that is the new books that I just received finally from our lovely company, the Bookish shop, which I think are absolutely beautiful and adorable. But that's all I have in this haul today. So thank you so much if you made it this far. I really appreciate you hanging out with me today. And for those of you that are new here, I put out videos on bookish related content every Wednesday and Sunday. So if that sounds like it's up your alley, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell. For those of you that are returning, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this video as well. I know we have been straying a little bit from the classic bookish related content, but that will be coming again soon. Starting with, of course, my favorite video of all time, which is the TBR, as well as the reading wrap-ups. That will be done very soon and posted for you guys as well. And then also, I will be doing more videos in regards to books that have been read so far, as well as anticipated reads and things like that as we're coming into the midpoint of the year. That being said, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever you are, whether it's morning, evening, or night. I hope your day is beautiful and blessed, and I look forward to talking to you all again soon. Bye, guys.